My name is Arielle Jessop. I'm an artist living and working in New York City. I'm currently exhibited in the Beth Ellis Gallery in South Glastonbury, Connecticut, and the Beth Ellis Cove Gallery in Cove, Maine.
I'm Kathleen Humpage, the owner of the Beth Ellis Cove Gallery in Maine, and the owner of the South Glastonbury Studio. Yeah, we have just had the installation of your Snippet show here at the gallery. What is Snippets?
Well, Snippets is an installation of several paintings that I've been developing for the past 2 years, working in New York City and in South Glastonbury. And it's a collection of paintings that deals with issues around digital imagery and our technological age, and looking how that affects our authentic human experience and our emotional memory. So this here is an example of one of the pieces in Snippets, and the way that all of the paintings work is that they're taken from a digital image that I've taken as the artist and then cropped to sort of create a feeling of curiosity, something that evokes a personal memory in each viewer when they see it, but that it maintains a certain level of anonymity, so that it could be anyone or it could be someone you know, but that it sort of plays with the idea that we haven't experienced a full image of it, because in our fast-paced, fast-lane reality, we haven't spent the time with the subject to complete the image in our experience. So the other thing about Snippets is that while it explores looking at how technology influences our personal experience, it's not a critique of these new technologies. It's sort of looking at how they interplay with each other, how digital photography affects our experience and how quickly we move on to things. So when it's reflected in a painting, it's looking at how do we experience something different? How do we remember something when we look at a painting, which is a piece of artwork that we're told we are supposed to spend time with? And so how does that affect our personal emotional memory and tapping into having an authentic experience based on an image that was a snapshot, that was a snippet, that was something that was taken from a very quick piece of reality, and now you're being asked to dwell on it and to think about how that reality has been skewed a little bit.
As you know, Beth Ellis was a plein air painter. She started off as a graphic designer, and then she had her own advertising business, and then she met me, and we actually been together for 22 years. She is deceased as of last year, but during those 22 years when we were together, I discovered that she was much happier when she was painting. And so I had said to Beth, I think you ought to paint and make that your career. So she did take 2 years to do that. I happily supported her, and she then began her whole art career. During the time of Beth doing the art shows, she was discovered by Wild Apple Graphics, and they absolutely loved her work. And so she was thrilled because they took 4 of her images and they reproduced them in the form of lithographs and made her internationally known. Beth loved her customers and loved her collectors, so she was thrilled when also in May of 2006 she was discovered by American Artists. And they not only gave her the front cover of it, but gave her a whole story about coming full circle, about how she has had her life in art and her as an artist.
And I think this painting on the cover of American Artists is an exquisite example of Beth's sheer capability as a plein air painter. This piece really captures the feeling. Beth was a colorist and an emotional painter, and really able to capture what was happening in that moment as she was actually out there painting it. So in this piece you can just see the technical ability of her having 2 points of interest that are competing here, and how one is smaller than the larger one, and how the negative space on these highlights really come in and break up that shadow. How we have the blue in the sky reflected in the blue of the water here, in the blue touched on in the shades here. This half moon shape, there are just really elements that really illustrate what an exquisite painter Beth Ellis was.
We would love to see you at the Beth Ellis Cove Gallery in Ogunquit, Maine. Please come by. Also, you can contact us on the website at bellisart.com.